Hello, 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 and welcome to the Hello World podcasting with Magdalena. How is everybody doing? Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in and welcome to my podcasting channel. For those who are new, I just wanted to welcome you and just give you a brief idea of what it's about. Hello World podcasting with Magdalena is about personal growth, mastery, figuring who the heck we are, and also using and integrating astrology through our own, for our own personal lives, and also kind of, use as a metaphor what's really going on in the world. And I will tell you, a lot of stuff is going on. Oh, yeah. This is actually one of the reasons that I kind of skipped a couple of days because the energy was so intense, and I was on vacation for almost. I was 3.5 weeks in Europe, and then I took another week off. So, I kind of disconnected myself. What's really going on, and I was kind of trying to double check again, what's really going on the biggest scale, and I will tell you, anyway. But I was actually very much struck by something, and let me just kind of go back here, what I'm looking for to share with you. Okay. I read something last week, and I was very much contemplating on that, and I realized this is something that I really would like to talk about. I think I mentioned a couple of times in the podcasting already that I absolutely love to do ancestral energy. Excuse me, which is actually, to me, very much related to the Pisces energy and how we are actually continuing the pain and the pattern from one generation to the next generation. And if you are looking cycles in the astrology, you will recognize how we are repeating the old cycles. So let me read something that was so beautifully written, and I actually posted on my Twitter, and it really kind of put intention here that was motivating me. So here is the a little info. It says, pain travels through family lines okay, let me go back. Pain travels through family lines until someone is ready to heal in themselves. By going through the agony, and this is so crucial, going through the agony of healing, you no longer pass the poison chalice onto the generations that follow. It is incredible, important, and sacred work. Folks, when I was reading that, I will tell you, I was in such a awe, but also it's kind of hit my heart. Because the point is that when you understand the agony, and this is what I'm recognizing many times, people are actually even not going into the healing because it's so painful. But in order for us to heal, we have to kind of address that or go through that. And this is right now a perfect match because we have again Chiron back into the Pisces. Also, today the moon is actually also in Pisces. Mercury is in Scorpio, Venus is in Scorpio, Jupiter is in Scorpio. And these are all water signs. And the water sign has to do with an incredible amount of emotions. Another thing is what I would like to kind of add to that the first 4 signs look like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. These are actually the first stage of recognizing actually who we are, to understand from the subconscious level, who are we? We are actually in those 4 stages, or in those 4 signs, we are not absolutely not aware who we are. And then the breakthrough comes from Cancer into the Leo. Remember, for those who are following me for quite a bit, how much I've been talking about that we are right now, especially right now, we have actually the true North Node in Leo. And what is hugely important is to recognize who are we. The reason why it's so important is that without knowing who we are, just compare right now the world stage. All those yelling and screaming and doing and all these demonstrations and everything else. It is people gave up their own power and they are now trying to get it back. They are frustrated with the authorities and stuff and they are looking for to get it back. But it starts with us, inside us. Okay. The next stage is when you start to understand who you are kind of going after that through Virgo, to kind of clean out what is you, what is not you. So there's a lot of controlled issue here. And then we are going into the Libra energy, which where we are actually right now in the Libra. And try to find a balance. And to me, Libra is not just that, but also relationship between the male, female, and the relationship between us and the outside, the relationship to ourselves, relationship to many other things. And having the Chiron, when it comes out of the Pisces and it goes back into the Aries, this is exactly what will happen, is, to feel the pain from unresolved issue in ourselves. But right now we are dealing with a different pain, pain that is Mercury allowing us to express it from the Venus aspect, because Venus is our physical love. How we are experiencing, abuse, disrespect, abandonment, and many other aspects. So these aspects are right now coming back or to the surface, and through the Pisces energy, it will, Pisces, Chiron and Pisces are actually helping us to feel those emotions, and so that we can clean it out, and so that we do not repeat these emotions, and so we are not passing to the next generation. This is so incredible, crucial. And then from after the Scorpio, and the Scorpio is also, about taking us to the whole different level, moving from ourselves into the transpersonal, or to the much higher ground, that into the Sagittarius, which is going into the higher dimensions. And when we reach through the Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius into the Pisces will actually also again break down those belief systems. Because one thing what we really wanted to understand is that we are not just one physical body, and then when we die, we are gone. That's not what it's about. We are experiencing ourselves on so many levels. And what we are right now going through as a collective, individual and collective, is understanding the incredible depth of ourselves. So It is so interesting to me to see this right now that we have a Uranus in Taurus, and then actually we have Chiron in the, actually let's just start with the Chiron in, right now it's in the Pisces, but it will move back again into the Aries. So practically what we are doing here, we are recreating a whole new individuals with a whole new concept of reality. And I've been talking many times about that. A lot of time people, especially when they get to a certain age, when they are facing very complicated situation, they would rather die than resolve the situation and then try to rebirth themselves. Okay, this is actually exactly what we are doing right now, rebirthing ourselves in this reality, in this lifetime, instead to repeat ourselves over and over, because what is really going on, I mean, this is at least how they are telling us, that we are constantly, hold on, I have to sneeze, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. What is really happening that, we are constantly, we are dying, coming back, to continue our not education, but experiences and expand our consciousness. So this is why I'm saying right now, this is so incredible, crucial for us to be willing to go through this pain, agony, because in reality, if we are not going through that, we are just kind of bearing this stuff, and it will come up and up until we are resolving it. And another things what I was kind of trying to point out about the true Lilith, which is also our shadow side, and also our Aries that is in Aries sign, asteroid Aries. Also look like I said, excuse me, it's also in the Aries. So practically we are experiencing almost this incredible rebirth. I would say that. This is how I'm seeing it, folks. Rebirth of ourselves on so many levels. And so let's see, where we may end up to go, what direction. So it's, oh God, yeah. Yeah, that's, what I'm trying to say is that, all these challenges what we are facing right now is that, there's this conflict between two energies, the constructive and destructive energy, humanity versus controllers, or whatever you want to call them. But one thing what we also wanted to address here is that a lot of people are upset about the controllers. And yes, trust me, I do not agree with most of the things that is happening here. But when you start to understand that stuff doesn't stop here, and that we are all a victim to a much higher energies. Think about that. Because they are also puppets for some higher energies. They need them to fulfill the plan. I hope that you were actually ever contemplating about that idea. And when we understand that, that becomes our much easier healing process. You know that when you watch, this what's really going on right now, the stage, there's this incredible polarization